You're watching the countdown. Let's talk about the eligibility of voters ahead of this election. Of course, you know that you must be a Nigerian citizen to vote. You must also be 18 years and above. Your name must be on the voter register. It means that you must have registered to vote. You're aware that there are 94.3 million. We added 9.5 million new voters for the 2023 election. You must also possess what they call a permanent voter's card. Voters who do not have their PVCs will not be accredited, and there's no way they'll be able to vote. There are also some restrictions on election day in case you are voting for the first time. Campaigning for votes or persuading a voter not to vote for a candidate is not allowed on election day. That's why campaigns get stopped some 24 hours before the D-Day. You cannot shout slogans concerning the election or in support of any party. You can also not be in possession of an offensive weapon or wear any apparel calculated to intimidate voters. Using a vehicle bearing the color or symbol of a political party or candidate is also not allowed. You also cannot loiter without lawful excuse after voting or after being refused to vote. Of course, this is obvious. Snatching or destroying any election material is not allowed. The use of sirens, yes, that's very critical. It's expected to be very quiet on election day. Let's talk to correspondent Habidah Lawal, who joins us live from Abuja to walk us through what election day is like for voters. Hi, Habidah. You have covered a number of elections in the past. For the privilege of millions of first-time voters in this year's election, walk us through the typical election day for voters.
Well, Nifemi, election day is usually a busy one for all those concerned, journalists, security personnel, and INEC ad hoc staff. You start as early as dawn. They try to move materials to different polling units, and you have journalists also checking how the process is going, and also security officials trying to ensure the process is seamless. And when accreditation and verification of the permanent voters card starts by 8 a.m. in the morning usually, except cases where you have late arrival of election materials. After that is done, you have people that have already been accredited queuing up properly to proceed to vote at a stipulated time. The Independent National Electoral Commission has always tried to maintain a stipulated time for these processes so that voting will commence swiftly, thereafter counting, and the difference between previous elections and this year election is the introduction of the bimodal voters accreditation system, which has the function, a two function, that is facial recognition and also the fingerprint accreditation as well. And after that is done, it also has the ability to upload results electronically to the INEC portal for all to see.
Indeed. So we're looking forward to quite a number of differences, particularly for those who voted when the last time they voted was 2019. What are those key differences in this election from the previous ones?
Well, we've had an increase, a significant increase in the number of newly registered voters, especially the youth, and many others have also tried, people that have abandoned their PVCs have tried to locate where they can pick up their PVCs and ensure that they participate in this election. We also have a situation whereby the Independent National Electoral Commission is trying to meet with critical stakeholders, the security most especially, to ensure that the election is violence-free in the face of insecurity in some parts of the country.
Habidah Lawal live for us in Abuja.